So, first is finding the town, which is scanning radio signals, right? So, why don't you all of you who have combat radio, the radio skill basic, give me a roll and let me know how much you succeed or fail by.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I failed. Yeah, I failed by 9.
Okay,
I succeeded by 15.
okay, Patrick,
34.
34. And Tom, do you have radio operations?
Nope.
Okay, not a problem. So the one who succeeds the most is Patrick. So Patrick, maybe I don't want to put too many words in your mouth, but I'm thinking maybe that handy little radio scanner that you have, maybe you run that a little bit,
Mm.
and you talk to a fellow named Gary Hickman. And he's a trader in the area, and you describe what you're looking for this pen. And he says that he doesn't have anything nearby that has anything like that. But there is a nearby town. It's a small community of only about 500 or so people. He says the word people, but they're mostly DBs. It's a mix of DBs with a few humans, right? But they're friendly enough folks, and they might be able to give you a hand. And he directs you there, and you're able to find this small settlement. This settlement is actually made on the edge of an old coal mine, actually, an old pre-Rifts coal mine, a big old pit that's cast into the ground. And the actual settlement is along the edge of the entire pit. And the DBs that mostly populate this area are mostly orcs. Now, unlike your typical Dungeons and Dragons fantasy orcs, where you have the big tooth and the green skin, the Palladium orcs are very different. They're much more swine-like. They're big. They're kind of hairy, and their faces have that kind of pig nose to it. They have a lot of flabby, loose skin. Um, there's a variety of rough personalities and friendly folks, but that doesn't really matter. What really matters now that you've arrived at this town, for you to actually find someone who might actually sell what Patrick needs. So now this is where the streetwise skill comes in handy.
I'm picturing like Gamorrean guards from Star Wars, that kind of thing, but not with the green
Uh,
skin.
y- yeah. That's a good mental picture.
I failed by
Okay.
6.
Okay, and Mila?
Oh, I thought I was muted for some reason, so I wasn't saying anything. I should have 50, so it's 50 minus 79 because I failed.
Failed by 29.
Yeah, that.
Fail by
Numbers.
6 and fail by 29. Okay. All right. Okay. So you managed to come up with to one orc who is actually one of the first ones to greet you, and his name is Bilge. And Bilge insists that his cousin can set you up with whatever you need. And you head over to his shop, a very makeshift storefront that's made out of these clay bricks. And it's very clear that Bilge's cousin, Baloo, has he doesn't have anything that you're looking for. He's trying to sell you old secondhand weapons that look like they've seen like 17 wars. They're like half falling apart. The E-clips aren't charged. It's kind of junk, especially compared to the stuff that you have. But Bilge and Belu are very insistent that, you just take this and you just melt it down and you can make it whatever you want. So why don't we do a uh well, actually, let me open this up to you guys. How you want to handle the situation?
All right. You know what? Patrick would actually be interested in the weapons. He's actually going to check around for anything that might be usable. I'm going to use my skill, recognize weapon quality, energy
Okay.
rifle.
Okay. Awesome. Please roll it.
I succeed by 40.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Slowly strangling him.
No, this is great. I love role play, and I love. I'm definitely not opening up my weapon item list.
I
Nope.
love murder. Wait, what? How did that get out? Oh,
I love killing.
Finding things. Oh.
God, son of a bitch, you
I forget,
stupid.
Patrick. Is that something that is a extra skill you took, or is that something that comes with weapon proficiency? Or
That's something that comes with weapon proficiencies.
I should probably write that down on my sheet somewhere. Cause
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. So a lot of it is junk. However, as Bilge and Baloo are extolling the virtues of melting things down and rebuilding them to whatever you want, you rummage around and you actually find a functional JA-9 variable laser rifle. It's you don't need to roll another skill, but it seems to be of a pre-risk design that's originally for juicers. It was probably originally made in the old German Republic, and unlike the juicer assassin rifle that Al packs, that has a laser beam, an ion beam, and an SDC damaged hand-loaded 7.62 millimeter shell. This one is just the laser, frequency laser. However, it does that laser has a variable light frequency, which means any laser-resistant armors, something that the Glitter Boy packs, or actually the Screaming Banshees. The ATV that attacked you, I described it having a gray sheen on it. That actually had laser-resistant coating on it as well. And a weapon like this, with variable light frequency changes, can actually override that resistance.
Ooh.
It greatly resembles the JA-11, something that Al has, but this one is missing laser targeting and scope. But as far as the aesthetics, as far as what it looks like, very similar to what Al has, just without the added baubles.
I would actually put that back and skirmish around through a few other ones that are actually junk. So how much do I get to melt, like?
Oh, you want to actually find stuff to melt them down? Okay, all right.
Well,
that's
no,
fine.
I'm asking the shopkeepers.
He's
Oh, of course,
negotiating.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Scrap. Okay. You want to know how much? Well, we'll charge by the pound, actually. So what are you trying to build?
I'm looking for a pen or a wheel.
Oh, okay. Like how big? How big?
And Patrick will be like, the wheel's about this big, and he'll kind of outstretch his arms in front of him, and the pen's going to be like this big, and he stretches his arms like to the side, and then like by this high, and then by like maybe like
Okay.
another one of these.
Bilge and Baloo scratch their corpulent bellies and look to each other and they go, "Oh, okay. Oh, well, are you sure you want it that big? Don't you want to make it a little bit bigger? Especially that pen thing. Like I'm sure you can go like double the size, right?"
Well, I'll definitely come back if I need more.
Okay. Well, for something that you say, I don't know, wheel, 10 pounds worth of stuff, and pen, I don't know, what do you think, Bill? 20 pounds should get him, so about 30 total. Yeah, 30 pounds worth of materials, at 100 credits a pound. Well, there you go, 3,000 creds. We'll take universal trading credits. That's not too bad. The only question I have is, how are you going to melt this stuff down? Because our sister Vega, she runs the blast furnaces around here. For a nominal fee. You can melt them down in there.
Ooh, I'll
Yeah,
definitely talk to her.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
first I need the materials before I can melt anything.
yeah. So, we good for trade credits, or we can take we'll take things in to swap. That's fine.
Hmm.
You got something. You know.
Yeah, I know. And he'll scavenge around in his pockets and doesn't find anything that seems to be of too much worth in comparison.
Oh,
Um,
depends. You never know.
let's see. Do I know anything about orcs in a broader sense?
Sure. Give me a moment. You know what? They're not really monsters. They're DBs, though. So roll me a D100.
Hmm,
What did you get?
60.
That's enough to know about some basics about orcs. So once again, just give me a moment because I'm totally not opening up a book.
Silly Inferno. always, always loving that song.
I am. It's
We-
good. It's a good loading goose song.
I, s- I still am amazed that you guys actually love or at least quote the loading goo thing. Like
Yeah,
I
love's a
was just
strong
like this.
word.
Yeah,
But
reference on a scale that I did not think would happen.
Created something.
who we
I was just like, look at this stupid thing. You're like, haha, this is dumb. And then like for the next few months.
We'll stick with it. Yep.
Can I just
That's-
like point out how much I want some fucking pancakes right now? Like my stomach is turning inside out. I want pancakes so
It could
badly.
be like turning
I
into
can't help you.
pancakes.
Yes, I didn't eat dinner and I'm like starving. And I'm gonna make
Do you need
myself
to take a break?
pancakes.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this through, bitches, but I'm just gonna let you know that there's
Want
gonna
some
be some
fucking
pancake making
Inside
after
you.
this is done. Yeah.
Sweet. Good
Okay.
stuff.
So
I want to know how
hungry.
that works. I want to know how well you do on your skill check. That's what I really
I'll
want.
let you know. I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
Okay, so this is what you know. Hey, let me go over the physical description again, real quick. So, they're heavy muscled, of course. They're broader built than humans. Their heads are large. They have heavily ridged brow, and they have bushy eyebrows. Right. Their ears are pointed. Their mouths have less teeth and more fangs. And yes, their nose is very snout-like, and they have very dark color eyes and hair. Okay. What you know about orcs in Rifts, Patrick, is that they're a lot of times they're found in areas around in the burbs around Chi-Town. I would know this then too. Uh, they let's see here. They a lot. They tend to hang around goblins often too. Those two races are normally seen quite a bit, except there's none around here for whatever reason. Orcs are not necessarily dull-witted, but they do like power and they do like wealth,
Hmm.
especially power. They really like human augmentation. They like bionic conversions. These two orcs don't have any, but some of the other ones that you see around this town do.
I have just the thing.
And true power to an orc is the ability to do whatever you want to whomever you want. Although they also tend to be followers in the sense that if someone is pretty strong, they're going to think you're pretty cool.
All right.
Okay?
So-
There you-
I go, I have just the thing to trade, and
Uh-huh.
I will go back to the behemoth
Uh-huh.
and come back
Uh-huh.
with a fairly large power arm. It is a
What's it-
robotic arm that
Uh-huh.
has mega damage claws on it that seems to be that is not in the shape of a human and is usually used for a larger being. This is a thing that I found in the junkyard way back when I found the
Oh
spaceship.
my God, they love
Yeah.
it. They love it. They say, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? You can. This is amazing. Oh, do you think Guckruck could? Do you think Guckruck could put this on me? I don't know. I don't put it on you. It's gonna put it on me. I sent these guys to you. I don't think so. And they start butting heads a little bit, both figuratively and literally. But by the end, looks like Belu, the cousin who actually owns the shop, manages to win that little wrestling match, and it looks like the arm's all his. Bilge sulks a little bit, but you are able to melt down the materials, and you get all the materials that you need for both perhaps a new wheel and definitely Mrs. Mam's cage. I mean, pen with air holes. You're able to get all the materials
Now,
and someplace
when
to
I go
heat it
to
up.
the
Mhm.
meltery,
Yeah,
I'm actually going to ask the sister
uh-huh.
about any sort of glass work around here because she would probably know.
She would know actually, and she's the resident glass blower. Although, um, as she shows you some of her pieces, they're amateurish at best.
Mhm.
But they're functional. They're just a little rough around the edges.
Oh, fantastic. I'm going to try to put in an order for 3 uh, large sheets of glass.
Glass. Okay. All right. All right. What are you gonna pay her with?
Um, I don't think she would actually. Since sister, I can't really
Yeah.
just pawn off the weapons again because I think she'd know them. Um, Now with 3 large sheets of glass,
Uh,
I don't really know the price. But I'm not
she
quite sure if I-
says. She says she's not interested in trade credits. Here's the thing. At first, she's not interested in trade credits. She says, I can't do anything, and I'm going to have to go back to Bilge to get something fair for it, and he'll always rip me off. No, no, no. I want something tangible, something I can get, right? You might be able to talk her down using certain skills, the personality skills, if you want, to try convince her to take credits, or you can find something that she'll take in trade. The worth of the sheets is only about 100 credits, but yeah.
Can Al see something real quick or ask something? And this is basically just a yes or a no. Is there anyone that she or someone she knows or cares about needs any kind of medical attention? I don't know what kind of town this would be or if that's something that's common.
She says, we get hurt. We get ourselves better. You know, that's how we do things. You know, I know my good friend, she walked around with a broken leg and she was tough, right? But I don't know. We do have someone for the more serious stuff, but I don't know. Maybe if you went and saw fucking Henny, she's perverted enough. She probably wouldn't mind one of your weird hands all over her body. But mostly we're okay.
Okay, no, Al was wondering if she would take that in trade if she needed something done, but that still answers the question, so.
Yep. Oh, orcs.
So, since it is just 100 credits, I will say this. I did actually pick up a lot of weaponry to melt down into materials.
No.
And this was about 3,000's worth. I'll give you, since I'm probably going to be using the glass for most of my stuff, I'll give you 2/3 of what I have in payment for the glass.
She scratches her hairy chin for a moment. Okay, deal.
All right. And making sure that the gun that I would actually that's the working product is not
Yeah.
in the bundle.
Okay, yeah, you're making sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. let's add some color to this. No, never mind. She doesn't notice. It all looks like scrap to her, so she doesn't be like, "Wait, what are you taking that out of all of them?" She's not smart enough. So you're able to get your glasswork done just fine.
Oh, sweet.
There's a few imperfections in the glass, of course, but very functioning. And you're able, it is transferred over to the behemoth, no problem. Unless you want to keep going with this orc village, we can just do some rules to... No, you're having fun? Okay, that's good.
This is a fun place. Anybody else want to do anything here?
No, I'm good.
Go on, play it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask: are there any places that sell books?
Huh?
Yeah, that's what.
What?
I'm good.
How about tires? Do you guys got tires?
No, I'm not tired. Oh, tired. Oh, yeah. We got a few.
I'm not tired. Did anyone else do that?
Yeah. Gullcrack. He threw a few tires down the pit. You can probably pay him to get him back up. He knew where he threw them.
So like a trash pit?
Yeah. Like a trash pit. Vega says.
Huh.
Actually, is there a general store around here?
Yeah. You came from there.
Okay. While we were there, did I notice any shovels or pickaxes?
Yes, you notice shovels and pickaxes. Yeah, you do.
All right, I will head back there.
Okay. Okay. When you go back, you see Bailu and Bilge pulling on that arm like it was of a tug of war. And you hear Bilge go, "I don't care if you want it fair and square. I want this thing. I think we should split it in two. You can take the bottom half and I'll take the top half." What good is that, you stupid lunkhead? And you managed to interrupt their continuing arguing, to ask about shovels and picks, which Belu he'll wave to the corner where they're slanted in a haphazard way, and as he brings up a hand to wave at you, that's when his cousin Bilge yanks on the arm really hard so it slips out of his other hand, and he starts running out of the store with Belu in tow. So you're there in an empty store with fight picks and shovels.
Is there any mountain climbing gear as well?
Kind of, yes. There's ropes and I wouldn't say mountain climbing gear, because you know those like little platoons that you use to like they don't have that.
Okay.
But they do have grappling hooks and ropes, because how else are you going to get down in the pit, right?
Okay.
And the ropes are really sturdy. They seem to be made of some sort of hemp-like material, like 3 times over. Like they're tough ropes.
Okay. I'll grab 5 shovels.
Okay, yeah, there you have 5.
5 pickaxes. And at least a couple of the grappling hooks.
Okay.
Does it look like there's any ammunition? Like regular
there are
bullets?
Eclipse that are not charged.
Regular bullets?
No.
Okay.
Not here.
Not here?
Yeah, not in this store. No.
Okay. I will just set everything on the counter and wait for them to come back. And if they don't come back within 20 minutes, I'll just leave a cred stick for I don't even know, a couple hundred credits.
Okay. You don't have to wait 20 minutes. You wait 17 minutes. You're probably just about ready to go.
Mhm.
And Bilge comes back with a black eye, missing 3 teeth, but smiling because he has that arm slung over his shoulder. You think there's a bit of blood on the arm, but you're not 100% sure? There's definitely a dent on the upper portion, as if it was used to bash somebody with.
These guys.
They really like that arm.
Yeah, they do.
He goes, oh, you're still here. What do you want?
I want these. And he's going to motion to the things on the counter.
He goes, oh, you got another one of these arms?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
I do have credits, though.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll take the credits. You'll take the credits. You'll be, what you got all there?
5 shovels, 5 pickaxes.
Yeah. 150 creds?
Sure. And
All
he
right.
will slam down the cred stick.
Sure. He takes out his cred reader for the transference, and it looks as beat up and barely functioning as everything else in this little slop heap. But you manage to you transfer the credits, and he thanks you in an orc way, which is really just a grunt, as he looks lovingly at the arm and pets it. And yeah,
It's his lucky day.
it is. He won the fight.
I'm going to ferry the stuff that I just got back to the behemoth.
Okay. As you all head back towards the behemoth, you see at the corner in a ditch, Bill, not Bilge, yeah, Bilge. Yeah, it was Bella who won. Bilge, lying in a gutter, his shirt ripped up, his face is super bloody, and you just hear him groan, I was so close. Oh, he's such an asshole.
Can Al give him without laying hands on him, because that might make things worse, a cursory checkup to make sure he has no really bad injuries?
Roll me paramedics, homie.
Sure.
While he's doing that, can I check up on the hole?
Oh, yes, sure. Go. Actually, let me resolve this first, Patrick, and then we'll check up on the hole.
Succeed by 43.
Okay. You don't know a ton about orc physiology, but you're able to guess properly enough that he has a broken nose snout, and he might have a concussion. Maybe. You don't know. You've seen them bash themselves around too much. But that would be how worse for wear he is.
Okay. Well, after that conversation with the other one, he knows enough to just... There's nothing life-threatening here. I'm sure they'd rather just heal on their own.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
He'll just, he won't even mention that he was doing it, so...
That's okay. He just assumes that you were staring at him because of his orc awesomeness.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So, Patrick, all right, checking up on the hole.
Do you see the tires?
Do you see the tires? Are you looking down the hole to try to find the tires?
Yes.
It's a big pit. It's a huge pit.
Okay. I'm not climbing down in. I'm just looking.
No, you're looking. So roll me a D100.
Okay.
Oh, you motherfucker, you made it. I mean, good job.
Yay!
Yeah. Down in the far northwesterly quarter of the pit, underneath what looks like to be, or right beside what looks to be a motorcycle, maybe a motorcycle. It is just trashed, but you do see 3 tires, 3, for lack of a better word, MDC or high impact material tires, kind of just sitting there in a clump. Now, like I said, the pit is huge. It is like a good 300-foot drop down.
300 foot. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
It's an old mining hole. So they call it the hole, but it's more like a crevice in the earth.
yeah.
Huge round earth crevice.
We
Yep.
theoretically have somebody that can fly, don't we?
Yes.
Looks to Al.
Yes, that is true.
Okay,
I
there
was
we go.
totally muted. Sure, as long as the village doesn't mind people in power armor flying around.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, we should ask.
No, actually, these are orcs. I think the best course of action is just to do.
Are you sure?
Well, when I say do, what I mean is just start walking through the village with power armor on and see if anyone has a problem with it.
They don't have a problem with it. A lot of them say it's really shiny. A few of them make fun of you for being a big metallic man. But a lot of the other ones kind of stand back with a little bit of respect. Mm-hmm. One guy approaches you and asks you how much you want for it, and do you think it would fit him? Due to his corpulent physique, probably wouldn't.
Al says it's not for sale, and besides, it would not fit someone as magnificent in form as you. He says almost.
Roll me your kind of charm.
All right. Failed by 18.
You call me pretty, huh? Well, you take off that mask. See how pretty I make you.
No, I said magnificent, as in gallant, strong.
I don't know those words, he says, so I can only assume you're using them to make fun of me. You think you can walk around in power armor like that and insult us? Hmm?
Al's gonna point behind him and say, Is that a full Borg over there? Al takes off.
Okay, he turns around and you leave. You hear a few calls of "Humy bastard" behind you, but no other incidents.
You really pulled off
All right.
hey, look over there.
Yeah, I did.
I don't even know what I missed, but it sounds fabulous.
Damn right. That is my sophisticated years of spy training coming into play for deception and deceit tactics.
Hey, look, a thing.
Al both insulted and then outsmarted an orc. Two things that are not all that hard to do.
Very true.
Okay. All right. Anywho. All right. So that's you going through the town in power armor. No problem. So do you go to retrieve the tire or tires?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you go down, you fly down, you pick them up, you start flying back, and you see one orc who has a grappling hook and a rope like around him, like almost like he's dressed in it, like it's wrapped around him. You see him shouting and waving his arms and thumping on the ground. He goes, "What are you doing? That's my section of the hole. You can't do that." And I don't know if you're still flying away or what the deal is, but he's trying to follow you.
No, actually, Al, thinking that maybe there was a mistake, would actually go talk to him. Because we bought these fair and square, right?
No, you didn't.
We didn't buy them at all.
Oh.
No, that's why we said maybe we should ask first.
Doesn't matter, we're here now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought we had already made a deal for them. Okay, no,
Hey,
Al
time
would
to
certainly,
accept that
either way.
LP charm.
Either way, Al would go talk to him and say,
Okay.
He would probably, I guess, land in front of him. He's on
All right.
the cliff face.
He's on
right?
he's on the cliff face, yes.
Okay.
And he has a little bit of gray in his dark hair. What are you doing?
Al would say, "Whoa, I'm sorry. I was told that we could have these tires. I guess someone told me wrong."
Damn straight they told you wrong. This is my section of the hole. Only I get this area, and those are mine. Those are prime. Those are nice. Why, you think you get them, huh? What are you gonna give me?
Some orc somewhere must have told me the bad information. But let's fix this. What would you like for them?
What you got?
Al thinks quickly.
He looks you over.
Al actually.
What are those rockets made out of?
Actually, Al says, "How would you like?" And I don't know if it would be safe to say he has it with him or not, but probably not. Al says, how would you like
Mm.
a sword made out of
What?
pure light?
What?
I tell you what, you wait right here, and I keep
with
these
the tires.
with the tires. I will be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
And Al's going to go get
He's
his...
interested. He's interested, but he doesn't know what to make of all this.
Al's going to go get his lightsaber, fake lightsaber.
Okay. All right. You go retrieve it. You come back. He goes, okay, I see this light sword.
Al's going to flick it on.
His eyes, his dark eyes get really wide, and you swear you think you see a sparkle in them as his hands let go of the tires, and he makes grabby hands towards it.
Al holds back. It says,
Nah.
it's important to know, this sword doesn't actually cut anything. And Al kind of just swipes it through
What?
stuff. But.
No sword.
No, but.
Mm.
They don't know that, do they?
But I know that.
You know that.
Yes.
And you can be the only one who knows that. But you can show this off to your friends. You can win drinking bets with it. You can be the prize of the town and never even have to use it.
And now roll me a convince check.
All right. Succeeded by 7.
You know, other orcs are pretty stupid. I'm the only smart one around here. That's why I get this section of the whole.
And
But I also do it because I'm strong.
And that's why I thought you would understand.
I understand, he says defensively. I totally understand. Okay, fine. Give it to me. I'll show you.
Al
Got a
gives
deal.
him the lightsaber.
All right, take your tires.
Al
Don't
takes-
come around here, though, just scooping things up, or I'm going to have to. And he turns on the lightsaber and he pokes you with it. It does nothing.
Al actually Al actually reacts to it and goes, ah! Of course, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Get out of here before I change my mind.
Al takes the tires and goes.
Okay. You have tires. You have glass for Mrs. Marriage. What I thought was a skill check turned hilarious, so I'm not gonna regret
Honestly,
any of this.
I think I may have overpaid for those tires, but I don't care.
I overpaid for those guns. I don't care.
Hey, it's still fun. We've got thousands of cash still.
See, they are getting much more enjoyment out of that than I will ever. Even if I discover
They
it's from
beat
some
their
like,
family for it.
Yeah.
they both seem to be having a great time.
A fantastic time, yeah.
That's a subjective term, I suppose, but yes.
Indeed. Okay.
So, are we
Yes.
done with that little thing?
Side venture? Perhaps I think so, unless there's anything else you guys would like to do.
This
But all
entire
that's really.
time.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say this entire time Milo was just kind of roaming the town. What is it?
Okay.
A village town?
Yeah, it's a settlement, I guess all I can
settlement.
say. Yeah, because it's a bunch of orcs making squat buildings that are ringing around an old mine pit. So I don't know if town's a pretty loose, but a settlement I think seems fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me think here for a second. Okay. All right. This will be fun. Mila, roll me a D100.
Okay. Pew 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 pew.
Nice. Okay. So your keen ears overhear a huge roar of laughter, and these gruff voices, some masculine, some less masculine, kind of feminine, ring out, and you hear them say, "Oh, come on, Twitch, Someone's got to be able to beat you. I got 7 drinks on this. And you see a little makeshift tournament of arm wrestling where one large burly orc named, apparently, Twitch has just defeated another. And there's a lot of uproarious laughter and whatnot.
Mila will make her way over
Uh-huh.
and kind of peer around and be like, "What's going on?"
Nothing that you could handle, weak little thing. We're doing a real test of strength. An old traveler that came through here, and he told us this way to grip each other's arms and force them upon the other, upon the ground, to dominate your enemy just with what you got here. And you see Twitch, and he's slapping the big billowy muscle around his arm.
Like here?
Yeah, I guess so, but I'm afraid I could snap you like a little twig there, Yumi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you still have your wig on?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh. So you won't let me play the game with you?
You might get hurt, but I won't say no, but you gotta bring up something to bet.
Okay, hang on.
All
right. She's like looking around, like biting
Okay.
her thumb. Does it have to be mine?
Well, I mean, we won't ask any questions. You're
Oh.
strong enough to take something? It's yours, in my opinion. In all of our opinions. Might makes right.
Okay. She looks around. Is there anything nearby she can take?
Okay, all right. I see where you're going here. This is a collection. It's not just Twitch by himself, right? There's about 8 other orcs of various sizes and creeds around. And one of them has a really, really nice hat that doesn't seem to really fit an orc. It is like a red fedora with this old tattered crow's feather sticking out of it. There's that. There is also, let's see here.
Well, that might work.
It might. No. I want to give you options. Right? Another orc has a pistol, a snub-nosed pistol, on his side. The other one is wearing a pair of, it looks like boots made out of some sort of reptile. So it's reptile skin boots. And finally, this orc is not a part of the group itself, but he's standing maybe about, say, 70 feet away. And he's toying with some sort of strange object. It looks like it's a circle at the end of a string. Between you and me, it's a yo-yo. But you just see a plastic circle at the end of the string. And the orc is like whipping it around its head like a bola. And having fun with that.
All right. She will first go up to the person with the hat, the orc with the hat. Can I borrow your hat to bet with?
And the orcs just start laughing. Borrow my... No. You gotta take my hat. Forget about Twitch. You wanna take me for my hat? Tell you what. All right. If you can land a punch on my nose, then I'll give the hat to you. But you're not going to. You know why? Because you're slow.
Well, I'm worried. I don't want to hurt you, though. What if I do hit you?
You're not gonna.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're not even gonna land a punch.
Okay, if you say so.
I
guess Mila will go to throw
Roll
a
the
punch.
strike. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I have
He's
to
gonna
look
try
at
dodge. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Strike is +7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's bad.
Got 19.
Yes.
All right, he's gonna try dodge. Rolling. Roll. Roll damage.
All right, so that is +8. Wait. Yes?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, +8 because it's SDC damage. Yeah.
And that's a D20?
It's
No.
a D6.
I was going to say, that seems pretty excessive.
That's a decent. Whoa, 13 still is huge. So, the guffaws around the orcs stop when you hear a high-pitched "yelp" as you smack this taunting orc right in the middle of the nose as blood streams through his swine-like visage. And he shakes his head, seeing stars, and stumbles back quite a few feet. And although he looks upset, he more looks embarrassed. And before he can do anything else, one of his pals snatches the hat towards his head and throws it towards you and says that you earned it. They never saw anything like that. The orc that you hit bemoans being sucker punched or that he wasn't ready, but sure enough, you won the hat fair and square.
Mila will be shouting, "You said I wouldn't hit you!"
Well, clearly you were wrong. But in all this, Twitch doesn't seem to care all that much. Twitch is actually looking on with a bit of carefulness. He goes, okay, so you know how to throw a punch, but there's a difference between timing and strength. Mm-hmm. So now you got something to bet.
I can play the game now?
Yeah. You just put that hat right down there, and that's what we're going to bet for.
Okay.
You're not gonna win. I'll tell you what. I'll be nice. It was funny what you did to Sleck. Really funny. So tell you what. I'll give you a chance. You can just walk away. You can keep his hat. You earned it. It was funny, but you're not gonna beat me.
Okay. Well then, but I just want to play the game. She's like looking down,
right.
not getting it.
Okay, fair enough. He goes, okay, fine. Sit down. And you sit down in this old box, that have nails poking out of it, but luckily it doesn't poke you. Mm. And he slams his thick, muscly head on the counter and goes, okay, put your hand in mine. And his arm is quite a bit thicker than yours, and your hand is dwarfed by his own. But he wraps around it and he gives you an intimidating squeeze, but it doesn't hurt. He goes, okay. When I say go, you start pushing against me, okay?
Okay.
Go. with something. So we're going to be doing a opposed strength check. So remind me, what is your physical strength score?
It is physical strength 23.
God. Roll a 1d20.
Uh-huh.
And add 4 to it.
Add 4.
And he doesn't get a bonus. Yep. Okay. And with that, he, perhaps due to his surprise sudden go, he starts pushing your arm back maybe about an inch or two, right? But once you figure out how the game is played, you start pushing back. And as it starts to hover in the air and starts to straighten back up, you can see Twitch kind of furrow his big, thick brow as his giant eyebrows knit together as he concentrates really, really hard. And he tries to push back, but the harder he tries, the more you got it. And this is no big deal. This is easy. This is a fun game. As further and further you start pushing his arm, and the crowd is watching, first taunting him, but then the more and more it looks like you're going to win, the quieter they get. And finally, you succeed. His arm, much to his own surprise, slides and hits the bottom of the ground. And all the orcs are agape. They look at you with silence, and they say, "Oh, You're strong. How are you so strong? This doesn't make sense. You're tiny. Tiny things can't be strong. Are you cheating?
I don't.
Are you a robot?
I don't think. I don't. She like pokes her stomach. I don't think I am.
Mm.
But thank you for letting me play the game with you. Oh, and is the guy that got punched in the nose still there?
Yeah, right now.
She will.
His friends are sticking like old, tattered bits of cloth up his nose to stop the bleeding.
She's gonna run over and hand the hat back to him. Thank you for letting me borrow it. I'm sorry I hurt your nose, but you said it wasn't supposed to hurt, but it looks like it might hurt. But if it doesn't hurt, then I just forget what I said. But if it does hurt, I am sorry.
The orc says, no, it doesn't hurt.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice meeting you all. I'm gonna go find my family. Bye.
Okay, and you depart. There you go. Good job. All right. With the manufactured glass, you're able to make a good pen with air holes for Mrs. Mams. And does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
We're good with the orc settlement.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, you didn't hear my cheering.
Oh no, I didn't. No, you were muted, I guess.
Darn. When Criana finished her section, I gave a small cheer and clap.
Oh, I'm hearing you.
I would the glass that I got the holes that are made and whatnot are going to be cut with the mining laser.
Oh, okay, excellent. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, I think everything
We're
else.
good. Yeah. Excellent. So we're getting a little bit later in the night. I guess the question is there anything else you guys wanted? Because before we did this pen thing, there's something that you wanted to do, Burn, or something that was on the tip of your tongue that you wanted to do during this first month time skip. Why don't we touch on that real quick?
I wanted to have an interaction with Alicia.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. All right, let's roll into that. All right. Do you want me to set the scene, or do you have something in
mind? Yeah,
please
please
do. Okay. At this point, we'll say it is. I can't have her do that. Oh, I know. She decides to take a dip in the pool herself, right? And you catch her just when she's coming out of it. She's drying her hair. And she's stepping out from the pool, heading back downstairs towards her room. So that's where you run into her.
All right. Hey, Alicia. While Patrick and Al are learning magic, I was kind of wondering, because you're a really good fighter and kind of badass.
She says.
I was wondering if you could teach me how to fight in hand to hand.
Well, I have to admit, I do like that badass part. But I guess I could teach you a few tricks. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to be honest with you. For a guy who can kind of conjure fire out of nowhere, does it really matter how well you can punch a guy?
Well, I would rather shore up my weakness, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay. I get what you mean. I get exactly what you mean. Yeah, all right. Whenever we take a moment to stop, we take a break camp, or, we have a couple hours from time to time, I'll show you what I know. I can't guarantee anything, though, all right? This is, I'll do my best. I'll show you what I got.
Thank you.
She says, "Oh, no problem. I never really taught anyone before, so this is going to be like new territory for me, but it's fine. I'll pass the time. I don't mind it."
I'll do whatever you ask.
Okie dokie. All right. So we'll say at the end of the 6th month, instead of you learning magic, you'll be able to learn a bonus skill. That bonus skill will up your hand-to-hand combat by 1 step. So I guess from, what do you have?
Basic.
Basic to expert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's what Alicia has. Perfect. All right. Fantastic. So that won't click in until the time skip is over, but we've set the foundation for that. That's great. Good job. Okay. Well, I'm tempted to say like, hey, is there anything else you guys want to do? Or do you want to roll? But I don't want you guys to roll for an event or something like that. And, it'd take like an hour or something like that. Yeah. So would you be all right if we ended this session with the role play of spreading Elizabeth's ashes like we planned?
Yeah.
Are you guys comfortable with that? Yeah?
I am comfortable with that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So by the end of the 1st month, the frost has taken over. And in fact, when you start to get to higher altitudes, when you start getting out of Michigan itself, or what used to be Michigan, of course, and start heading back towards east, you're able to come across some small hilly valleys, but at one point you finally actually manage to find a clutch of about 6 mountain peaks. At the top of those peaks, it's clear that there's already snow, and in fact, on this day, when you decide to ascend the closest one, large fat flakes of snow begin to fall. The first heralding of winter, it appears. But I would like whomever is piloting, whether it is Mila or Al, decide amongst yourselves, and I'd like you to make me a piloting check to see how well the behemoth climbs a section of this mountain.
I'm fine either way.
Probably Al.
All right.
Al, not Mila.
Paper, scissors, it. All right.
Oh, I do not trust Mila.
All right. That's a good point. Hang on. Give me a second. Robots. Okay. I just had to figure out what my modifier was. I succeed by 43.
Oh, wow. Big success. All right. So with that resounding success, there's a few areas which you're able to identify a few areas climbing up the side of the mountain that, although they look safe as far as the angle goes, very steady, you're able to recognize that the ground doesn't look super solid. And so you just decide to take a little bit more time-consuming, careful path, but what you feel is much safer. And you're able to get not at the very apex of the mountaintop itself, but you manage to find a good plateau about 3/4 of the way up. The mountain itself is approximately 200 feet in the air. So you're about a solid 140, 150 feet up in the air, which is pretty darn high. High enough for you to feel the chilling winter winds as you open up and you retrieve Elizabeth's ashes. And across the white treetops of both pine trees and now coniferous trees that have lost all their leaves, across the light dusting of snow that hits the landscape before you, that big, empty, silent world. What steps do you guys take? I'm gonna focus it in on an in-character moment for this.
If it's all right with anybody else, can I be the one holding the ashes?
Sure.
Fine by me.
All right. I will disembark with them, go to the edge, and ask anybody if there's any words that they would like to say or anything.
Words.
Alicia gives a bit of a shrug, and Lee says, "I don't know. I didn't know her."
Yeah.
Bear is silent.
I can definitely say that I'm glad we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would Al actually have any words? Probably not. I imagine this being a very internal thing for him.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
After not much has been said for a few minutes, he will open up the container and start dumping the ashes.
Okay. They hit the cool breeze. Some of them fall into clumps onto the light snow, but many of them hit the winds as they spread out in a dusting across the atmosphere. Before you know it, the container that held her ashes is empty. That part of your promise fulfilled.
Mm-hmm. Now we need more intel.
Intel?
Eventually. Where Natalie Ling is.
Oh, yes, of course.
I was gonna say we might also need to ask the GM. I don't remember exactly what we were supposed to tell Natalie Lynn. I think it was an apology for screwing up. I believe.
Yeah.
I wrote it right down. I wrote it down because I knew this would happen.
You know us too well.
She asked for you to find Natalie Ling and to tell her that Elizabeth never meant to hurt her, that she was just being foolish, and that she was sorry.
Okay, I was kind of close.
I'll remind you again closer to that point, too.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
No problem. So that is the first month. You're about a third of the way to your journey back towards the East Coast, more specifically around the Greencastle region. As you can see, we've gone from fall into early winter, which is going to be exciting, which will color the rest of these travels, I think, quite a bit. Mm-hmm. For next session, we'll continue to do the time skip with, a smattering of events and quite a bit of travel time. And we'll go from there. So I'll have a lot of stuff prepared, I think. And as long as you guys are comfortable doing this, I don't want, I guess here's the big question. Obviously, there is going to be some events that are going to take some time, right? Like, obviously, retrieving that power armor, right? Mm-hmm. And probably finding Natalie Ling. Those are going to be the two big objectives, we're going to say, for lack of a better word, right?
Yeah.
So and although side events are fun, would you be guys comfortable with, say, one session is, for example, finding Natalie Ling, plus extra time is gone to random events, and then the other session is retrieving the armor, and if there's any free time to do some random events too? Or, vice versa, you do the armor first and Natalie Ling second. But is it okay if we wrap up these 6 months in 2 sessions? Is that all right by you guys?
I think so, yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Okay, yep. Excellent. Because I don't want it to extend too long, right? But I don't want it to just completely blasé over it. So, excellent. In addition, very similar to, I think probably next session then, we're going to really time skip over actually going to the east there. Like, I'm going to have you guys pretty much arrive at your location. I'm going to set the scene so you know what the climate is, both politically and environmentally. Mm-hmm. And then we can go from there. I think that works for me, frankly.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's
Great.
been like, what, a month and 2 weeks?
It's been 1 month.
Since we
No, it's just been 1 month. No, just been one. Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I concur. I think that is a brilliant idea.
Sweet. Well, this is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, guys, for watching and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. We'll see you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.